Jon Renau Zara in Palm Springs Blonde. I've completely refurbished her, cut some tapering in the front, cut the bangs. When you change a synthetic wig or a heat-friendly wig, when you change it with heat, it now will retain that change until you change it with heat again. Now, if we were to just shampoo her, that curl does not come back in. If we were to shampoo her, she will dry just like this.
Always clean hands working on wigs. Using my old discontinued La Rev. This is still the best I can recommend at this time.
Oh my gosh, look at this. Look, left hand. Look at that. Look at that. Woo! I'm not even combing through it because I don't want to put stress on the fibers from combing through it. So I just get it straight wet. And the reason I put my hand behind there is because I want it all wet. Still using my Longe. This one doesn't stop at 220, so I'm at 230. I put the water on first and then just go down it. That softens up those crinkles. So then you can come back in, starting at the bottom, comb it all the way up, no crinkles. Going in at my fingers, going up. This is a regular synthetic, didn't say that. This is a regular synthetic wig. And that is just baby smooth. It's not heat friendly. I don't use any kind of heat protectants. I don't have any spray-on leave-in conditioner on her. Nothing. She is just clean, clean hair. I like it better that way. That's the way I treat all of my girls.
See my YouTube videos how I clarify, clean, and condition wigs.
If you need to, when you're rewatching this on YouTube, you can zoom in. Don't pull and tug. If you pull and tug, you can create a crinkle that zips up. And you can either go back in there with your heat and isolate it and find it and get it out, or you can cut it out if you don't do that all the time. I go in where my fingers are, all the way up. Not to try to comb those out first. That's what I was doing, was trying to comb everything out first before I put my flat iron on it. And that's what was extremely frustrating and time consuming. This is a fine tooth comb that I'm using for this. And I may try 2 different ways. Haven't decided what I'm going to do with her yet. I might put some sort of roller in her and steam her with rollers in it, so I can kind of get that Zara wave. If that works, I might just keep her as is. If it doesn't work, I might go in and put the Rachel twist in that we did. This particular iron, I always have to keep a good grip on it, otherwise the plates don't stay shut. I like to keep my strands thin because I want the heat from both plates to get all the way through the hair. So can you zoom in and see that patch of tangles right there? Go slower. I've got 2-inch hot rollers, and I have tried them on, I've tried them on a human hair, and I've tried them on a synthetic.
Regular synthetic.
I wasn't real impressed.
The curls didn't last. I think it wasn't enough heat.
And they're kind of hard to hold in place because they're so big and heavy on these little fine wigs.
But it was my first time using them. It could have been user error.
Little tangle right there. I go twice while it's good and wet. I'm gonna hold a little slower there, come in, see if I can get that. That heat softens it up. Again, the wet is helping me go faster, plus I've got my iron at 230. I wouldn't use it at 230 on dry hair. If it was nice dry hair and it was doing what I wanted it to, I don't have to go that high. Set your tools at a temperature that's low enough to do what you want, but get the job done. So I'm just very gently going to do the same thing. I'm not going to comb through that. Boy, she smells good. I don't know if I said this or not, I used the bamboo silicone on her. I didn't used to like the smell of that. Starting to get used to it because there are some girls that just need it.
These are the 2-inch hot rollers I was talking about.
This is my 2-inch hot roller lined with whatever that is, but it's heavy. And I'm not sure that the steam will get all through the hair that I need it to. Or this was my next option. This is a 2-inch magnetic roller. So see, I've got the holes that I can T-pin it where I need it. Again, I'm not sure if the steam will get through. This is plastic netting over a metal thing. This is also a 2-inch. I would be able to pin it in, and it looks to me like the steam would penetrate better.
If you have these, you can pull out the centers. Another wig sister used foam rollers. To avoid
the buckling is to kind of keep tension on these fingers that are running in front of it. Keep nice tension on those fingers. So, through it. That's just steaming. It's not hurting the wig. As a matter of fact, usually after I do this on synthetic, regular synthetic or heat friendly, that's a good one there. I always feel like they're in better condition than when they came brand new. Crinkles right there, slow down. Perfect. When I get to this top, I will lean the head back, straight back. I bought a Longe $40 curling iron that was ceramic plates just to try to see what the difference was. It seemed like it didn't hold the fine tiny hairs all the way down to the end, like the fine tiny hairs kept falling out. It didn't seem, in my opinion, to get the ends as smooth as I like them. Also, this ceramic that I bought, it seemed to have something somewhere that was catching on a hair. And so, like I said, you don't want to catch a hair that's going to zing up into a crinkle. You don't want that. I mean, if you have a $20 iron and it works, it does what you need it to do, and it doesn't snag on the hair, $20 irons are fine. Always. Anyway, I was crazy over the top with perm papers. And then since I didn't have enough of the right size, I used small ones, and
my friend Natalie recommends this size.
It was my first time, steaming with any kind of curl, and oh, is it a mess. It was a mess. I had to fix it all with my curling iron, and to this day, she's still one of my favorites. When you change a synthetic wig or a heat-friendly wig, when you change it with heat, it now will retain that change until you change it with heat again. You know, now that we've taken out all her curl, now if we were to just shampoo her, that curl does not come back in. If we were to shampoo her, she will dry just like this. And she's beautiful. She's looking beautiful. This is the front bangs area. But right now we're still just trying to get any crinkles out. Careful of that lace. Don't be pulling on it. Don't be getting too close to it for too long. Don't be getting close to it at all. And I'm just kind of taking my flat iron this direction, only so that I'm not in the way of the camera, sort of. Ooh, look at how pretty she is. Some of those are still damp. Oh, look how pretty she is. She's pretty. She smells good. Love you. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put these rollers in so I can maybe steam her and have her dry tomorrow. I'm not doing the monotop yet because I'm going to hold these in with pins. Then I will secure these rollers to these rollers. You don't put pins in a monotop. Not good for it. I don't know how many rollers I have here. I'll probably use the smaller ones on the longer pieces on the bottom. Remember, we had some of those short pieces. Let's see how they're going to pop up. I'm not going to use papers. I'm just going to try to tuck them in with my fingers. And I suppose if we have to go back in and smooth something, and I'm putting 2 pins in each side to secure that top row, and then my thought is, I've never done this before.
On a wig.
It's another first time with me, guys. Then my thought is, be careful poking in there with your tail comb. You could snag something. What was my thought? What? Oh, secure the rollers underneath to the top ones. Do we think? And I was thinking of I'm using these because I think longer than T-pins. I'm going to kind of just leave that piece there and catch it on the next one. I'm not worried about a tail being straight because I kind of like my tails straight, at least. So let's see, let's take this one. You know, and that's probably going to have a bendy tight place where that's bent, what? Bending around that roller. We'll see when we're done. Now, I guess I could clip those ends down, couldn't I? Like that. Who knows? It's just an experiment. How are we going to know if we don't try it? Got this one drooping down, put it up there. So there's the ear tab-ish area. I'm trying to count and see how many rollers I have left. What are we going to do on the top? Remember, that top was kind of short. I don't know what we're going to do on the top. See, there I go again, not thinking far enough ahead to, oops, those ends are crunching in there. Not thinking far enough ahead to, what? To buy enough rollers. Of course, I got these on Amazon, and of course it seems like the last time I was looking, they were discontinued. Now I'm going to use some of these, I think, smaller rollers on these longer bottom pieces to save the larger ones for the top. And I'm going to try to not make that first one so tight.
Wrap around the roller.
Keep those ends tucked in. Of course, I can always smooth those ends with a iron. And what am I trying to do? I'm trying to do these on base. I think we called it way back 100 years ago when I was in school. On base or higher than, whatever that's called, in order to give it more lift. I like my lift. And no, those didn't line up right to put those clips where I wanted to put those clips. This one's fallen down. Let's clip it up. Everybody vote. Who thinks this is going to work? Or who thinks it's gonna flop? Which one? We're using a small one here. And if there's sections that I'm not talking, maybe I will try to speed up. I am not using Velcro. Velcro is really tough on your girls. I don't like Velcro. All right, since we have extra big ones, let's do big ones on the bottom, saving those small ones for the top. All right, let's see. What are we going to do with this top? Large or small? Let's do a small. Yeah? Okay. And if this doesn't work, we might try to do that twisty thing like I did with Rachel. Because I would bet you.
Holy crap, you don't put pins in a monotop.
I would wear her more than I would wear Rachel. That's a lot of hair up there. That is a lot of hair. All right, we only have one more small one. Let's just use large. No, let's use a small one here. See how my brain works? And I'm trying to tuck those in. And no, I'm not going to use papers. That is just crazy ridiculous. Okay, we're out of small rollers. And now I'm even getting in some of that area that's still wet from when we strained it. I might not even do anything with the front. Let's just put a big one here. Well, we'll put big ones just to see what it does. I'm rolling everything down and back. Or sideways, however. Ah! Shit! I'm poking pins in that top that I told you not to poke pins in. Gosh darn it. Oh well, too late now. Leave them. Criminy. Don't do what I just did. Shoot, where's... I guess basically I'm just telling myself if I put these rollers up here, you know, maybe the steam will do something and maybe it won't. Let's see what we can clip to. There's nothing to clip to. Okay, fine. It might have a bend. We'll get that with a curling iron. And you know what? Let's just let's not do anything with this because all right, let's go see if we can fire up the steamer. Okay, I've never used this steamer before. It's on the floor. I didn't fill it up completely with water, thinking I wouldn't need that much, but it might run out of water before I even go. Trying to get all sides. Gosh darn it, I'm so mad that I put pins in that top. I mean, not that I didn't know it, I knew it. I just stood right there and did it. That one's gonna flop. Nothing we can do about it now. I guess I was hoping this one would shoot out steam. You know, like forcefully. So after I do this and let it dry, the glove is working nice though. See, that's gonna have a funny kink in it. See, I don't know how you get those on the top. Unless let's put it in the thing like we did last time. And whoa, that's hot on that hand. Let's do this. We're gonna call that enough. Love you. We are back using the Hair You Wear steamer with distilled water. I only put distilled water in it. Some of these curls where they had fallen off the sides got really limp with the steam the other day. I have, you can see, added pins. I even went in and went ahead and put 2 rollers in the bangs. That's probably not going to be the shape I wanted, but they were just flat as a board on the front of her face. So we're going to try this. I'm going to try not to talk while I do this so that I can pay attention and try to get equal amount of time per section. This is heavier. I wouldn't think those rollers would be that heavy. So let's start on the side. I was going to say I probably should have 2 gloves on, since it takes 2 hands to hold this baby girl.
A blockhead would be very heavy.
Tell you what, I have been adding a half a teaspoon of espresso powder to my peanut butter protein shake. Oh my gosh. I'm like zippity-zoo, zippity-doo. I have gotten so much done today. Started working on one for a friend. And what else? So we've got Windex going in the other room. We've got shampoo, 2 girls in the shampoo bath in the other room. And what? 2 girls in. I'm trying the bamboo conditioner in just a bath to see if that will help for girls that don't really need the whole overnight, but still need a little something, something. So I might be getting better at getting this more consistent. I guess we'll see when she dries. I have heard some people say that if they wanted to make this nozzle, which has 5 holes, if they wanted to make this nozzle into something with what? With more of a spout. People have used this. I bought it. It fits on it. I've not tried it yet. I guess I was afraid the water might drip out the front. I don't know. Or I just haven't had the opportunity. When it comes up, we'll try it. So I'm just kind of constantly keeping that moving. Because remember that Rachel, I missed a spot that I either didn't go long enough or didn't hit it enough times or something. This girl's getting heavy. And I figure if there's any kinks where my clips are or any kinks at all, I'll just touch up a piece here or there with my curling irons. Okay, we're gonna just sit her and let her dry for a couple of days. Love you. Heck, you know what? We've got the spout here. Let's see. To me, I guess there's a little bit coming out there, but there's a lot coming out the back. Well, I guess you could. Does make it a little like a spout, but there's so much coming up the back. And this poor little steamer, it runs out of water. Faster, it runs out of water faster than my Jon Renau steamer. It's not dripping like Jon Renau. My Jon Renau steamer drips all over the place. Now I can hear it already running out of water. All right, love you. Here she is. Who else is excited to see if this worked or not? Let's get to it. Whoops, be careful pulling those clips out so you're not causing a snag. I just did. Might work. Let's see, she has set on here drying for 2 days just because I didn't have time to get to her. Okay, that's not gonna work. I'll get in there with my curling iron. No worries. I just hope I don't have to do the whole thing with a curling iron, but we'll see. Okay, that one's not bad-ish. It's not bad-ish. I tell you, sometimes maybe too curly, but we didn't use a lot of those. I just didn't have enough big ones. Okay, those will need relaxed a bit. Are you on? Yes, you're on. Good thing. Oh, okay. All right. Careful taking those out. Okay, I like that size. I need to see maybe getting some more of those size. That would be an idea. Now, I would go back in here to relax these with a curling iron, not with steam, because I am not good enough with steam to get in there and relax something without making the whole thing too relaxed. You know what I mean? Why aren't I doing that the whole time? Why don't I just twist the head rather than twist the tripod? How come somebody didn't tell me that? Good grief. That is so much easier. I tell you, there is just sometimes some days.
Maybe the coffee wore off?
And that's curlier than original Zara comes, but I would rather start out curlier and relax it than to have to get in, than to do all of this and have it turn out not curly enough. This is another small one, which is okay because I need a little lift in the crown area. Okay, remember this is the area that is a mono top, and I told you not to put pins in your mono top, and look what I did. Maybe they were ballpoint pins, I don't know. I'll have to look at the inside and see if it left a pinhole. Whoa, hey, whoa. So that one must have been, whoops, pinned onto the other one, but that's better than having them flat. I can always fix those up. Let's see. Plus, remember, I thought, see, it's got a few little kinks, but I think the steam goes in and around this kind of curler. This is, I don't know what that's called. I call it mesh over wire. This one is a magnetic roller. And I don't think the steam, you know, gets in there to all of the hair as well as this one. So I like these. I will buy more, probably in this size. All right, love you. Oh, hey, I guess you want to see what she really looks like. Okay. Got a comb here. Start at the bottom. She still feels good. That one will have to get some attention to. I'm happy with it. I certainly am. Of course, she's going to have to sit in there for a bang trim. You know, all the girls have to go. If they're going to live with me, they have to go in for a bang trim. And you know those little tight pieces inside there, let's see. Those little tight pieces inside, well, some of them are a little too tight. They're not too bad. They kind of hold up the style. Oh! Oh! Oh, and look at that. I was holding the whole thing off the camera. Sorry. Anyway, comb through her. She feels amazing. Oh my gosh. She feels and looks. Well, we'll definitely got to do something with that front. But she looks good. And she feels good. Yeah. Yeah. I like the way it turned out. Okay, this is clearly one reason why I don't like steam. Remember when we let her down the other day? That one was those, we had those smaller rollers here, and this was quite curly. And they're already loose. And these that were beautiful are already loose. Now, I had her up in those rollers for maybe an entire week, and I steamed her 2 times.
Will someone tell me why this didn't work?
Anyway, that's one reason I don't like steam. And plus, I mean, I think she looks kind of fuzzy-ish. She doesn't look as smooth as she does with my irons. So I'm going to try my irons. Remember, these had those great big curlers in them. They really didn't do much. They're nice and soft from the Windex and the conditioner. You know, I haven't even looked at, who was she? Rachel, that we steamed with the twist. I haven't looked to see if she loosened up at all. So I've still got this flat top. It's falling forward too much. So I'm going to take that section. What I'm going to try to do, we're going in here with a roller. And so I take those ends around like that and try to get them all tucked in. But I don't plan on heating that area. What I'm planning on doing is putting this here and heating this area. Let's hold her in here with just clips. And then I'm going to do this roller first before I put another one in. Now what I'm going to try to do, still the A-body at 190.
Kathleen Ryan has been using this one and she likes it.
I'm coming in there with the back of the curling iron because the back of the curling iron is going to be hotter than the clip. So I'm just going to come in and I'm just rubbing that over there. I can go all the way over the top. All right, now we're going to let that cool. Come and do the other one. Remember, don't put pins in your monotop. So comb it all out nice and smooth. I put the roller in here where it's smooth, try to wrap that around, and then you're trying to poke in all those ends, which is hard on a wig because they all have those little teeny tiny ends. You need to have your clips in better reach. I'm not going to worry about this. I'm not going to worry about that piece that's hanging off. If I was steaming it, that piece would get flat and funky. So what I'm trying to do is go down here low, right? And this curler is called on base. If you don't know on base, off base, drop curl, you can probably look those up somewhere. So I'm just giving that some heat, combing out all the tangles, trying to go straight up with it. See those horrible ends? You can get those ends tucked in like that. I need heat on that side of it. Let's let this back out like that. Let's see if we can put heat in right there. I'm not too worried about that little end poking out because I'm hoping to cut that off. It didn't feel to me like that was enough heat, but hey, we might surprise ourselves. All right, I'm going to leave it. Okay, it has been, I think, only 1 day, so let's see what we have here. Be careful taking those clips out. Okay. Whoa. Wow. Okay, I'm impressed. Let's see if we got, so now if we got some good height, we'd probably have to go do that everywhere. Goodness. Well, look at that. Huh. Okay. I'm gonna have to let Lori know. Well, look at that. And it doesn't look too curly. Well, I'm impressed. I'm impressed. So let's, come on, let's, wonder if I should do that there and there. I just might. So, since that works so well up here, let's try to get some of these a little bit more to them. So I'm going to use the smaller one in these short pieces. Try to get that, try to get all the little ends tucked around. And then let's use one more small one. And let's put these are 2-inch.
2-inch diameter.
I couldn't find 2-inch anymore. I ordered some 1 3/4 that are coming.
I ordered hot roller clips, hoping they are faster and don't pull the hair.
Careful when you're wrapping this around that you don't pull it too tight like that. That's what I did on some the other day. So go loose around there. But I think whichever one I did that on, it ended up relaxing. All right, well, we'll try it. I was going to say, how do I get my curling iron in there? But I guess I'll figure it out or I won't. All right, so see how she's got these short hairs and then the long hairs? I haven't tried her on yet, so we'll see. I'm going to hold that up because I want lift. Try to get all those ends poked in. That's where you can come in with your tail comb and bring them around like that. So I probably should have put those in one at a time over there and heated them up. Let's do that on this side because I couldn't remember what I did over there. All right, here we go. I was surprised that that heat went all the way through. I was thinking that it was only going to heat just this lift right there. I've got this at 200. Don't remember what we did it at the other day. All I need is just a little bend. And I'm trying not to hit this part that we already did. Let's go another small one. Well, small, medium. Let's go another medium one because see that drops all the way from that short piece all the way to this long piece. I might end up cutting more face framing layers once I try her on. So if you've got those ends poking, take your tail comb like that. She's a regular wefted cap, so if you clip those into the wefting, that should be fine. I want to hit the top of that before I clip her in there. See, when you're at 200, you can touch it. So how could I have done that better? Could I have started at the bottom and then gone around it? I don't know. And I'm using the back part of the iron, assuming that the back part is warmer than the clip. I'm gonna go watch my video and see what temperature I did this the other day, see if we have to do it again. Is that enough? Let's go more. All right, love you. And then I'm gonna take those out of there carefully so that they don't leave a clip mark. Look at that. All right. Gives her a little height. That's what Lori was looking for, was some height. Okay, she has sit here for at least a full 24 hours. Let's take her down and see what we have. Be careful taking those little clips out. They snag hairs. Okay, and I think maybe the day before when I did this, I think I may have done it I have not put her on yet. I will, okay.
These curls did not loosen even weeks later.
I have never had a Zara. I've never wore Zara. I'm hoping those little claw things I ordered will work better than this. And of course I have some right down there and I didn't think to pull them out and use them. Now look at that. See, that side is not as curly as this side. What did I do different? But I do like the way these rollers come in and out quicker. I did just order some on Amazon. These are 1 3/4 inch, where these are 2-inch diameter. Look for the diameter, not the length. What am I? I'm a right parter sometimes. This side's looking fine because the curl's kind of curled up. Do I need to put a curl back in here? You could wear a glove so you don't burn yourself. All right. All right, here we go. And then she'll set another 24 hours before we take her down tomorrow and see what to do with her bangs. All right. Now I can clip one. Well, I don't think I need to worry about it falling off there because, well, I'll clip it anyway. No? Yes? Okay. And see, these can actually go and snag a weft and hold it up like that. That's what's called on base when you're holding it on the base that you pulled up. If you're going to do a drop curl, it would drop down. If you're going to do an over directed, it would go higher then. It has not been quite the full day yet, but let's let her down and see what she looks like. I like that didn't do much. Oh well, we tried. Okay, we're gonna give her a quick haircut. Remember I said I didn't like the way these short top just drops off to this long side. So I put her on the mannequin. See, she's tilted. Probably should do it on a blockhead so you get better, so she's fit better, but hey, I don't do that. I just put her on here and cut. So I'm just going to try to taper from here to here. That's it. I pulled the top part out of my way that was falling forward because I like the way her layers are, but we're just gonna just gently cut off that little corner. That's it. Love you. I like those tapered ends better. I thought reviewers always said that she was as thick and heavy as Angelica. If she is, I sure don't see it. All right, we'll cut bangs in a minute. So this is the first time I've put her on. I've never owned a Zara. I still don't like that Jon Renau lace there. I have the curling iron heated up, a body at 200 degrees. So let me pull some down here. If you're going to be using a tail comb, be careful around that lace. All right, I'm going to start long like at my lips. Make sure you have it where you plan on wearing it. If you have it too low and you cut them, you could end up with, let's go shorter. Open, close, open, close. Okay, let's go. You know, they always tend to go curlier when I put water on it. Maybe I need to spritz water on it. Let's do the water again, since that seemed to work. Try to get a smooth motion so you don't have those crinkles. I have a hard time getting a smooth motion with a curling iron. All right, we're gonna go with that. I can't tell if they're crooked or if I put my eyebrows on wrong. Those feel good up there. They feel tighter, like they're not gonna fall. And let's put just a smidge of gel. Remember, I'm using this stuff now. I haven't found any, and I use just the tiniest little smear. I haven't found any reason not to like it yet. Is that poofy right there? Because it shows too much of my forehead. It looks too wide on my forehead. What can we do? Just a little dot. You can also mix this gel with water. I have. Just mix a little bit so that it doesn't look gel-like. And you can use that like hairspray. All right, see if we can just...
See how those curls at the temples are still strong?
All that work, and she has to wear a hat because of that horrible lace front makes my forehead look really huge. Love you.